Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandella. Okay, so I don't really like country music, and I know that to a lot of people out there, them's fighting words, right? But hear me out. My wife and I, this past summer, took a trip down south. On the way home, we made a stop in Nashville. 2 days before we landed in Nashville, we heard that Carrie Underwood was going to be at the Grand Ole Opry. So we looked at each other and we thought, when in Rome, right? So we went just to see Carrie because she's got chops, right? She's got a phenomenal voice. So we went. It was awkward, right? Like, if you know anything about the Grand Ole Opry and not being a country music fan, it's pretty clear we were out of our element. So we sat through the first maybe hour, and then finally Carrie Underwood came on stage. And there's something about her. She has this presence, confidence, and yet she also had this reverence for the place that she was in. She even kind of told the story of how she grew up dreaming of being on this stage. And obviously it's not her first time on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, but she still treated it like she was still the little girl that dreamed of it. And honestly, you may call me cynical, but some of that is why I don't like country music. It's like these all too perfect storybook ending type things. And like I said, you can call me cynical, but that's kind of why. But as I watched Carrie Underwood, as I listened to her, as she sang more and more songs, and then she finally got to the moment where she introduced her hit single that made her famous right after she won American Idol. And it's her song called Jesus Take the Wheel. And again, I don't like country music. I've never really liked this song. But there was something about the story that she attached to it, being a little girl and dreaming of being here, and then staying true to her roots and singing her first hit single at the Grand Ole Opry. I could tell as she sang that she was as passionate about this song as she was the first time she sang it. And the interesting thing is that I know as she sang the verses, and I know enough about her life, that I know that the story of the song is not about her life. It talks about a girl with a baby in the back of the car seat, and she gets into a car accident and slides off the road. But the chorus is the most famous part of the song, the Jesus Take the Wheel. I give up control. And as Carrie sang this song, she sang it with so much conviction that I could tell that she'd had this moment a number of times in her life. It was almost like on that stage she was saying, I not only have reverence for the Grand Ole Opry, but I have reverence for my God, and I know that on a daily basis I need to give up control. In fact, Mark 8:34, it says that anyone who intends to follow me, this is Jesus speaking, has to let me lead. The Message version says, you're not in the driver's seat, I am. And so this caused me to, I guess, maybe at different points in my life I'm a little bit more contemplative or reflective, but it just caused me to think of the places in my life where I hold on to all control, that I don't want to let up. It also made me think through the time in my life where I actually made the ultimate decision to give up control, to be second. And so as I thought about that, I thought about how many of my friends and myself go in and out, even if we've made this ultimate decision to follow Jesus, how many of us slowly move into the driver's seat, right? Like when you're first dating somebody, you're opening the door all the time. And then as you settle in a little bit, you stop opening the door. There are times where I don't open the door for God because I don't want him in the driver's seat. And yet there are times where I come back again and again and I say, you know what, I give up control. So the challenge is, how do we give up control more often? And what things do we hold on so tightly? What are those topics that have our heart more than God does? And maybe the other challenge is where in our lives do we need to learn to trust God more than we do currently? Thanks for tuning in. If you want to follow us each week, click here to subscribe. And if you want to take it a little bit further, click here for discussion materials.